Okay, Game 5, Allied Final Tournament. So this is, I believe, the same team. So we have Defeat now as Germany, Arganot as Italy, and BoBo as Spain. We have now Chris as Russia, Sallin as Norway, Kraz as France, and Molo as UK. So the same teams as last time, with Germany and Italy mixed up, changed up between Defeat and Arganot. So the last game, I'm going to have to see who won. I'm just going from one game to another. It looked really good for the Allies, that last game. So I believe that they won. It was Molo's team over BoBo's team. And here, BoBo's team's having another crack at Axis. Good for them. You know, they just want to play. So, you know, some teams, they don't want to do 2 Axis games in a row. They want to make sure to do at least 1 Allies game. But I give these guys a lot of props. And last game, there was a little bit of complaints about lag, especially BoBo was saying there was quite a lot of lag, and Russia did have a very, very good first hit that last game. So hopefully the lag is cleared up. It's the exact same players. Russia is attacking at a more normal timing. Chris is not doing the really quick 6 tank hit. Here he's doing a 310, 200 hits. This is the one that I tend to prefer, but more and more players are, this is a little bit slow getting the bunkers up. And here we have Arganot trying a different strategy, going for a mass SCV strategy instead of making bunkers. So this does not look good for the Axis here. You had 2 bunkers up. I think only one of them was filled. And Defeat and Arg are not looking the best on this. And then with the France drops here pulled from west, you're gonna have BoBo. He needs to be coming up like ASAP, like right now. BC's got to pull. At least the drops are there. Then we have the BCs coming back. We have Spain trying to get the messers out, trying to make sure that the RAF aren't able to dive in and get free shots out of the BCs. BC's using these supply depots as a sort of barrier. This one's going to be the target at first. He should move this one back. Not needing to. Able to get the troops coming back. And, well, all you could say is an extremely effective first attack. And Spain's going to have to be on east for the next 2 or 3 turns, all the while getting that Goliath trigger, all the while getting that med trigger. I'm sure the replay was messed in Game 4 because the med trigger went and only Italy's buildings were going towards it. So I'm sure it was for these reasons. But basically, if you're the Axis at this point, you want to be holding at these capitals. You want to make as much space as possible between Russia and yourself. So me, I would probably, first of all, I would be putting this in this building back towards here. And I would be using this bunker line. Seriously, I would. And I would be building maybe a couple of bunkers here and a couple of bunkers here. And use those as the defensive points. But let's see how this goes. These are pretty much some of the best players playing right now in World War II. Here, France trigger's able to come up. That's because the scouts were having to defend the BCs against possibly losing the game right away. So France trigger with the Goliaths happening at I believe it's 440. Able to get quite a lot of ground troops, but here Italy hasn't pulled out. There are the drop ships just being procured. He's going to want to get this army and move it east as quickly as possible. As you can see, as I said, Sallin almost never goes east, but when you have that sort of east attack, there's no point making drops. You just pump troops out and get to your max as quickly as possible. There's 132, and they're going for the attack. Russia, what do we got? Russia, 248, 132, 248. That's 378 men. Man count going right towards, and this trigger is not going to be long for this world. Got the air out, which was the important part. I hope these bunkers are loaded. They absolutely are. We got to have Spain here. We need more than Spain's. All right, good. There he is. He just has it in drops formed. even at this point, making this many drops is probably a waste. I would have focused more on doing manpower and on maybe making a couple of bunkers east, because here you're putting too much money into dropships with not enough men to back it up. He's providing very valuable cover for these BCs, and yes, they were needed, and yes, his troops were destroyed here, but they did do a good job. So good job getting your troops in when they needed to be. Trying to get these tanks destroyed would be nice, but there's not a lot of messers to do that. So they were able to hold. Now Spain can focus on the med trigger. So you just helped the East stop that. You built the one bunker here, but you probably shouldn't build it. You definitely should be building more bunkers. You just saw Norway go full east. You want to get this med trigger. You want to make sure that east is secure, and then go worry about any sort of offensive items. You could scout out UK. You can maybe go Middle East and Wales. But really, you're on the back foot at this point, and going ahead and having 8 or 9 dropships is definitely normal for Spain. But when you lose all the way up past Berlin, then you want to be trying to shore up any sort of defenses that your team has. So there, he spent all his money. He's only got 350 left. Very good. Oh, I hope this replay is not messed up. You started a storage depot and then stopped. Come on, I hate all these corrupted replay files. Ruining the game! There you go. Scouts trying to go out. That's awesome. That means the allies of the Axis were able to prevent some of the units from spawning. Really good block there by the Axis. Even on the back foot, they were still able to block up that trigger. Allies doing a great job, and these bunks are not going to be enough. Spain's going to have to come here and shore up these defenses, or going to have to do an attack. He has to make a decision extremely fast. Yep, this is not going to hold very long. Put the other 2 in there, but it doesn't really matter. Axis are forming. Looks like they're going UK. They're going to give up Africa, and they're going to go UK. Here are the 3 bunkers. These are for drops. They did not build any missile turrets. Okay, Yamamoto's 2 missile turrets, and you're okay to drop. You're okay to drop. You gotta get those BCs in to bust up the bunkers. There they are. Good Marine cover, good BCs cover. Italy is shoring up the attack, and all the while East is being attacked. So the BCs need to run at this point. You did your job. Good job, boys. Spain can handle the rest. Now we're going to switch over to Russia. Italy's backing off just like he should be. Arganot going to lose this barracks. And it's going to head back. Not the best defensible position, but generally Russia will not try to force into here. He'll go down here, or he'll go up into here. So, but he did not lose many of his tanks. He still has a fair number of tanks, so good job on him. He's probably going to want to move one of these CCs out. He probably moved this one out of the way. Maybe he was using that as a blocker. But good job. He's a far better player than I am. And though Norway was able to counter this, basically UK is wide open, and the Allies did not get the London tax. So very important, and UK did lose this heavy industry. Norway at least putting pressure somewhere and getting this Ireland back. I like this early on. I don't like Norway's going Ireland like 4th or 5th or 6th turn, but doing it on a 3rd turn or early on the 4th, I kind of like it. You take away a city, you take away all these supply depots, you take away a forward position with defensible Allied missile turrets. So when you're attacking here, you're clearing out the bunkers and you're taking out this very important engineering workshop, this armory here, because you want to stop the upgrades. So here they have 3 attack upgrades, no defense, and yeah, Arg was moving these BCs back at the right time. So good on him. This will most certainly be enough. You want to drop enough to knock this out, but I don't think that you're putting enough. Okay, so he's gonna go storage depot, so he's not gonna bunker it up. What that tells me is that BoBo's gonna try to make another drop instead of trying to defend UK. Although, seeing this attack here, he should be moving all his forces over to east. You can't be worried about France dropping you. You built that 1 bunker in Madrid. That should be enough to hold your capital. You have to be going east. All he has is his messers here. And yes, they took UK, but I imagine there's some troops over here. No, there are no troops. He used it all. Are these all bunkered? No, he used it all. So they went UK. But wow, look at this. I wish I was up here a little bit further. Awesome flank from Italy, from Arganot. And look at all these tanks. I wonder if he's building tanks. The drop just happened right here. That was completely stuffed. Wow, just really good job Italy being able to keep a man count and tanks even amongst losing all these buildings and your capital shortly. So they got to quickly retake Berlin, quickly retake this. Come on, guys. But really good job. There they are. SCVs coming up. Engineering Bay going to land here. Going to build the depot. Sending the BCs up. I imagine he's going to try to block Scotland. Could be going USA as well. Maybe try to block D-Day. Gonna have to see if that's what the goal is. France has been a little bit stagnant. Should be trying to get these islands at this point. There, he's sending reinforcements in. Someone destroyed this this Italian supply depot to stop the Greece tax. So France has a little over 3,000. Spain did get the London tax. I don't know if they had this tax up. Definitely had this. Now they're putting the huge defenses up. All right. So when he wanted to defend it, he wanted to make sure he could defend it. So he did not bunker last turn. He made sure he had tons of cash and has just made 5 bunkers here in a sort of U-shape here. So that's preventing against a drop into this location. It is a little bit, well, not really. It's not even that weak against here because a drop in this location, this bunker is going to get destroyed immediately. But then you have a defensive wall of 4 here. So here you're gonna get C. Oh, there's troops there. You're gonna need more than an SCV to take that. So building dropships. So look at Molo. Molo and Napo are pretty much the only ones that do this. They build dropships late game to provide strategic options. Really, the better players do this. I admit I do not do this, and I not consider myself a better player. But anyways, let's see what's happening. Second barracks moving to safety. You want to put these by your bunker wall. These are your 3 most important buildings. Some people like lifting your command center of Spain over towards the center of the Axis, but really the center of the Axis is pretty vulnerable at this spot. So I would keep them in these bunkers. Wow, complete destruction. Sallin having a little bit of an off game this game. Not what we've been used to seeing him. Trying to drop and take back UK, but it's all for naught. BCs are there. Extremely good prediction by defeat. Putting the BCs into this location. You're either going to get attacked in 2 locations at this point. You're either going to get attacked in UK or Russia's going to attack you. And here, because of the amount of tanks that Italy is able to continue to have, Russia not able to do much other than attack through the Balks and retake this industry. So really good on Args. Look at the amount of tanks he has at this location with how well the Allies are doing. I mean, from pushing east and having that great first attack as well as second. So really interesting game, and I'm so glad that this one has not, knock on wood, been corrupted. Wow, Wow, look at this. Arg building Goliath. I never see this. I never, ever see this. Attacks being going up into Oslo, doing this right before the 2-timer. Perfect timing by defeat. And trying to prevent this tax. And not only trying to prevent it, trying to get it as well. Building not only a supply depot, but a missile turret. I don't know. It's right on the edge of whether this is close enough to capture. We're going to watch the info screen to see if this is enough. Personally, because I'm not sure with this SCV, I would build a supply depot right here. But he might have just prevented two cities. Let's take I know Spain's getting dropped right here, but I want to see if this takes it. Yes, Oslo. So it does take it. So you are able to build a good 3 or 4 building spaces away and still get the tax. So here, Spain getting double dropped by Norway and France, and this was what it was going to take to take Spain out. Really, with just France dropping was not going to be enough, and they're going to try to take out this important building, and they are going to get it. This 1 BC is not going to be enough. He's going to need to move his troops up this way, and it's not going to be enough. But that is okay. Axis are still have some control here. I believe it should be D-Day. Yeah, so here the French trigger just happened, and France pulled it to get these 2 shuttles, and that means it is going to be D-Day spawning here at 0. You see the drops of UK. This is what you're seeing Molo doing these days. He has between 6 and 8 drops to stack Scotland. So he's not looking to attack this here. He's just looking to cover his BCs because he knows this is the game. If he loses these this trigger, then it's the game. Well, I'm mistaken. He is not. He's not just using them as cover. Last time I saw him do this, he just used them to pull. This time he's using them to attack. I would have thought that maybe Germany was going to try to hold it, but without enough messer control, that might have been all for naught. So RAF, big time advantage, holding on to this. I think it was the combination of Italian air not being there and having to be down in Spain. Italy, you got to be up. I know you're covering, but you got to be up here. Meanwhile, we have Russia attacking, but I'm watching this air battle. This is the game. He sees control in the Axis' favor. RAF and smaller, very nice targeting by defeat. As I was saying, RAF is in control, but BCs are in the Axis control. Germany's getting a lot of position here into the Balkans region, but Italy's not too concerned with that. He's fine with letting them move up and about. He just wants them to take bad trades. Not quite the best trade for Germany here, but a little bit out of position, just chasing a little bit much. And BCs, they were going hunting, but decided to head back, and these drops are empty. Well, sorry, there's 2 tanks. That shouldn't have mattered too much. Italy, where's your air? He sent them away. Molo, do as much damage as possible. BCs are kind of trapped here by the dropships, but they're doing massive damage while they're at it. Not going down. Okay, now I'm going to go down towards the Italian and Russian front. Russia seeing that. Well, the only reason this is being called GG is because the Spanish front has been opened. That's it. It was slightly in the Axis' favor, and look at this army by Italy. Massive army, just about equal to Russia. So that was good on Norway and France to double drop. I believe that Norway went around into Africa and dropped along this side. I don't believe he dropped on this side, so it went with and did the double drop over here. So let's take a look at the scores, and that is 2 allied wins from Team Molo and 2 Axis losses from Team BoBo. But good on you guys for queuing up twice as Axis and getting these tournament games along. This is the 5th tournament game. Molo's team well in the lead, so congratulations, guys. And here we have the killed, the lost. Arganot, awesome job. You don't often see these numbers on a losing Axis Italy. And BoBo having a pretty good kill the lost. That's generally what you want. Pretty close. And yeah, just a really, really good game. And I know I'm going to be watching this one back because, wow, it was certainly entertaining. RavExel, hope you're liking these. Subscribe, like, and comment. Love y'all.